A little while ago I did a video on how to mod your PlayStation Classic using Autobleem. Autobleem's not too difficult to set up and offers a ton of options in terms of emulation and just adding games to your PlayStation Classic. But I understand that there are those of you out there that don't really have the time to set something like this up, or some people just plain don't have the technical know-how, nor do they have the desire to learn. With that being said, I have an interesting product right in front of me today. This is the TrueBlue Mini. Essentially what the TrueBlue Mini is a plug-and-play modding tool for your PlayStation Classic. And yes, plug and play as in no setup necessary. You just plug this thing right into your PlayStation Classic and it adds a ton of games to the already existing library. The games that they add depend on which version you get. There are 4 versions available. I have 3 of them right in front of me today that I'm going to be trying out. And they actually have some pretty hilarious names. I have the Fight Pack TrueBlue Mini, the Meth Pack TrueBlue Mini, and the Crackhead Pack TrueBlue Mini. The only one I don't have is the Weed Pack TrueBlue Mini, but I'll probably check that one out at a later date. Each TrueBlue comes packaged with a 4-point USB 2.0 hub, so you still have full freedom to play multiplayer games at your leisure. The TrueBlue itself is actually a 64GB USB flash drive that's programmed and encrypted a unique way that makes it immediately readable by the PlayStation Classic. Setting this thing up is super simple. You pretty much plug it into controller port 2 on your PlayStation Classic and then attach the power cable, wait for the amber light to come on, and then fire up your console. And if you're using the USB hub, you pretty much do the exact same thing. But it is important to note that you have to plug in the power adapter last during this process. The Crackhead Pack has 101 games, and they're all pretty much the most popular games that the PlayStation 1 had to offer. A ton of games that really should have been on the PlayStation Classic to begin with. I was really happy to see a ton of my personal favorites on this thing. As well as some timeless classics that I can play over and over again. The Meth Pack has 101 games also, but its library seems to consist more of games that kind of have a cult following, a little bit more on the obscure side. A game like Bust a Groove, a unique rhythm game that my sister absolutely loved growing up. I remember me and her used to play for hours trying to battle it out with each other. Herc's Adventure, one of the most underrated games for the PlayStation 1, and I believe it was the last LucasArts game to use the Zombies Ain't My Neighbors game engine. A hell of a lot of fun. If you haven't played this game, you should definitely check it out. And Pandemonium, a 2.5D platformer that was a bit strange when it came out, but highly addictive. The Fight Pack holds true to its name and has all of the best fighting games that the PlayStation 1 had to offer. It even has the unreleased Thrill Kill, which I thought was a nice touch adding this to the library. So the TrueBlue Mini, does it have as many features or options as Autobleem would if you were to just set one up yourself? No, absolutely not. But for those of you out there that just want to mod your PlayStation Classic by adding more games to it, and don't really have the massive ROM sets to do it yourself, this is a fantastic option. And these things are actually pretty cheap. They range from about 20 to 25 bucks depending on which one you get. I don't think that's bad. If you have a decent set of ROMs and know how to drag and drop files from your computer onto a USB drive, you're better off setting up an Autobleem. But if you're having a hard time locating PlayStation 1 ROMs, or you just plain don't feel like doing it, this is a fantastic option. I swear it's almost mind-blowing on how terrible the PlayStation Classic was and how great it is now that we have all of these options to mod it. If you guys are interested in the True Blue Mini, I'll put links to all of them in the description below. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.